Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. You've reached another episode recap of Inmate to Roommate, and we are up to episode number 4. Let's get right into this recap. So we end off with Deven having car trouble on the way to Texas from Colorado. So thankfully, he thinks logically, and he says, you know what? I'm not going to make it. Let me call my parole officer and let him know what's up. So he calls his parole officer and says, hey, I'm having car trouble. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. The parole officer asks him for pictures and he says, you know what? It's fine. You can come end of day. Just make sure you send me the pictures. Okay, now we're meeting a new, I don't want to say character. We're meeting a new person. Her name is Emily. Emily is a steel worker. And she loads steel on trucks with cranes. And lady, that is some hard work. You must have a lot of strength in your body because I know I couldn't do it. She lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I think I finally said that right. Around 2008, somebody stole her identity and her finances have not been the same since. She says that she actually lost everything because of it. Emily says that her job does not pay very well and she's afraid to lose her home. So to help with that financial situation, she's decided to take in an inmate as a roommate. Yes, very smart. You're going to have an inmate who you've never met move into your house, and he's a male, not even a female. As an older woman and you're moving an inmate into your house. You know what? I keep telling you guys that these people are freaking crazy, and that opinion has not changed. We have Jason here who looks devious as hell in this freaking picture. He's 50 years old. He is in the Challenge Incarceration Program. He's serving 3.5 years. His charges, financial fraud, illegal substances. I have to change the way I say things on here because I swear YouTube be holding back my videos because of certain words I say. If y'all ever see that my videos are super low, most likely there are some words in there that YouTube just didn't like and I didn't catch it. And I'm not going to keep snatching down my videos, re-editing and reposting. I'm just not going to do that anymore. Jason says that he has a fairly extensive rap sheet and majority of it is financial fraud. He says that he can't live with his family as his mom doesn't agree with his lifestyle. He says that he's moving in with a lady named Emily. He's been using his intelligence for the wrong things for a really long time.
I'm a master manipulator, and I'm pretty good at negotiating. I think once I gain her trust, if there's something that I want to happen, I could probably negotiate it to have her see it my way. I thrive on chaos, and I'm good at it.
So Emily says that she has not met Jason yet, but this all started with her friend Cindy. He was supposed to move in with her, but it didn't work out because Cindy's daughter had to move in. So she decided to dump the problem off on you. You know what? Y'all really don't have no real friends. So the producer or whoever the hell is talking to Emily here asks, why don't you just have a regular roommate? Why an inmate to move in? Emily says that she guesses that she's just a trusting person and she trusts Cindy. She says if Cindy trusts Jason, she will as well. So Jason gives Emily a call and he's talking about how he can't wait to get out and meet some girls. And Emily says, meet some girls where? Not at my house. And Jason's like, yeah, meet them around somewhere. Emily says that she doesn't know all of the crimes that Jason has committed, but she does know that one of them is identity theft, which makes no damn sense why you're accepting him in your home. So the producer or whoever behind the camera says, why would you let someone like him, who's perpetrated the same crimes that were done against you, into your home? Emily says that she doesn't even like telling people that, and it sounds so crazy. It sounds crazy because it is crazy, Emily. I'm just saying. Emily says when you're desperate for something, you would do things that you would not normally do. So now we are back in Seattle, Washington with Annalisa and Veda, but the scene starts strange. Joe, the producer, is there knocking on the door. He asks what's going on as Annalisa opens the door. Annalisa says it's been a hectic day and invites him in. She tells this producer that Mark told them to tell him that he's sick right now. Annalisa says He's not sick, and I'm not doing that. The producer says, so where's Mark now? Annalisa says that she doesn't know. He wants to go make some money. Annalisa says that after Mark apologized, she thought that they were going to be on better terms, but Mark missed curfew and stayed out all night long. Annalisa says that it's making her feel like everything that he said about wanting to do better wasn't sincere. So now here comes Mark coming up to the house looking for Joe, the producer who's inside. I guess he doesn't know that. So now he's out here talking to the producer and says that Annalisa says some weird crap, and he said to himself he gotta go. Mark says that he doesn't know what Annalisa is doing. But anyway, Rich says, I don't know what's going on. I'm just here trying to figure it out. So Mark is saying, this is serious. I'm about my health. I'm sick. He woke up this morning feeling sick, and he told Annalisa, and for some reason, she had a fit and a fuss. For what reason, he does not know. He says Annalisa is not a doctor or a nurse to tell him that his health isn't important. And he said that kind of pissed him off. Mark leaves again, claiming that he's going to the hospital. And Annalisa asks, what's wrong with you? And Mark is like, I'm numb. Mark is saying he doesn't feel good and he has to get to the hospital. We're back with Deven. And eventually the car stops overheating and he's able to drive the car normally. And he actually reaches Texas earlier than expected. And Daniel and Kathy are relieved, of course. He meets Kathy and shakes Daniel's hand. Daniel is relieved. He's showing Deven where he's going to be sleeping. There's even a refrigerator, not a mini fridge like in my room. There's a huge full-size refrigerator in this room. And he has a laptop in there as well. Damn, Deven, you got it made. So Daniel tells Deven that Kathy's going to cook him breakfast in the morning. Kathy says that now that Deven's there, she feels a bit of relief. Kathy says that she's a lot more optimistic than nervous and anxious. So we're back with Cindy, Jennifer, and Richard. And Cindy is now going to be taking Jennifer back. So Jennifer says that she's very thankful for the chance that Cindy is giving her. But she says after being released, she's feeling very overwhelmed. There's a lot going on. She says that she has a lot of stuff on her list to get done and it's very overwhelming. So Jennifer says to Cindy, now we're on the way to go pick up my car, right? She says to go get her stuff and everything so she can feel like a human being and go take a shower and all that. Jennifer says that she's very excited to get her phone and stuff. So Cindy says Richard has to go to work. Richard says he was supposed to be there hours ago. And then Jennifer says, so you mean we're not going to get my stuff right away? So Jennifer says, so basically we're not going to get my stuff. And Cindy says, yeah, we're not going to be getting your stuff right away. Jennifer says that her and Cindy discussed getting her car right outside of her getting out of prison. Jennifer says, but that is pretty much what we agreed on, that we were going to go get my car. She says, you guys knew that that was a priority on my list. Cindy says, well, this was something that kind of came up. It's something that happened all of a sudden. Jennifer says that she doesn't know how she feels about that. It's kind of irritating. Cindy says that things happen. Richard has his life also. Jennifer says, but today is my day. Cindy says the way that Jennifer is acting right now is surprising to her. She says that she didn't expect her to have an attitude. So now we're back with Emily, and today is the day that Jason is getting released from prison. Emily says that she's most nervous to bring Jason home because she's going off of a personal reference from a friend of hers. And she says she doesn't know him to know what the red flags are. Now Emily is in the car on the way to go pick Jason up, and she gives Cindy, her friend who referred her to him, a phone call. And she's letting her know, hey, I'm going to go pick up Jason. Emily is very naive, I swear to God. I'm going to use the word naive because that's not really the word I want to use, but I'm going to use the word naive. Anyway, she asks Cindy, does she think that he can change? And Cindy's like, she doesn't know, but, let's just be positive. The producer asks Emily, what is she most worried about? And Emily is most worried about the fact that this is a big change for her. Jason is released. Jason comes out of the prison and they greet each other. Jason is exhilarated. to be out of prison, and he has basically the motivation he needs to want to change his life a little bit. Jason thanks Emily for giving him a chance and picking him up, and he says that he really appreciates it. Emily says the first impression of him is good, which is kind of awkward because he's standing right there, right next to her. And then Emily says to Jason that, they'll go get something to eat and then they'll talk, but she has to work that night. And then Emily brings up the rules, basically, about how they talked on the phone about some things regarding her not wanting people in the house when she's not there, about her not wanting anyone in the house when she doesn't know them and when she's gone. Jason says he's hoping that is a bit negotiable. But Jason isn't worried about any of this that she's saying because...
Honestly, I'm pretty good at manipulation, so I don't plan on like throwing any parties or anything like that, but I've been away a long time. I definitely want to see some girls, and so if I have to circumvent the rules a little bit, I'll just do my thing, so...
So Jason is out here reflecting on the fact that he could say that he's a changed man and he's not going to do it anymore, but he said that before, so the words don't even hold any weight anymore. He says that he guesses that his actions will actually prove the point or not. Back with Cindy, Richard, and Jennifer, they finally reached the house. Cindy says that things with her and Jennifer are a little rocky right now, and that, to me, Cindy, is because you flipped the script on her last minute. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm old school. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm going to try to be as clear as I possibly can because I use very old slang, and I'm really, really sorry. I'm stuck in the 90s. I'm trying to get out, but it's very hard. But anyway, last minute, Cindy decided to change plans from what they discussed. And so, of course, it's rocky because you reneged on what you told Jennifer you were going to do. Cindy says that her and Jennifer will warm up to each other. It's going to be a learning experience for the both of them. So she's hoping for the best. So Jennifer brings her things inside of the house into the kitchen, and the house is a nasty, disgusting mess. How are you going to bring a guest inside your house and it's disgusting and dirty like this? Jennifer, turn around and go back to prison. I don't mean it like that, but I'm just saying prison probably was a little cleaner. Cindy, how are you going to bring somebody to your house and you ain't even cleaned up? You know what? Jennifer says the house was gross and it smelled horrible. She's going to have to start decluttering there. So initially she was saying that, she's not Cinderella. She ain't going to be doing this and that. But on the other side of that, guys, we don't want to be living like I can't even describe what I saw in this freaking clip, y'all. I mean, I'm showing y'all clips, but I can't describe the filthiness I saw and I just can't describe it. You would literally have to go to the show and look at how it looks. It's just puke inducing is all I can say. Now, Jennifer is saying how she's going to get down and dirty with the cleaning. Jennifer says that she lost her house when she went to jail. She says it's hard to come to the realization that after 12 years, that home is no longer hers. And now she's at the mercy of somebody else in their home. She says that she feels very vulnerable and it's very scary. So Mark comes back knocking on the door and Mark comes back in the house. Well, here it says that it's been 7 hours since Mark left Annalisa and Veda's house to go to the hospital after feeling sick. So Veda asks Mark if the hospital visit went all right. And Mark said, yeah, it's cool. And then Veda says, that's good because we want you to be healthy. So Mark is sitting in the confessional talking about he absolutely went to the hospital. The producer asks, well, what did they say?
Go to the hospital?
I absolutely went to the hospital.
And what did they say?
I didn't get I got a confirmation, come back another day.
Does that make sense to y'all? What doctor is telling you come back another day? Anyway, so Annalisa comes in and says, oh, hey, how was your day? And Mark says it was good. And Annalisa says, what did you do? Mark says he went to the hospital, and Annalisa asks, what hospital did you go to? Mark says, don't worry about all of that. Why do you asking? Annalisa says, why you got to get so smart? Annalisa says, I just asked you a question. Mark says he's not in prison. He says he doesn't have to answer to them. Annalisa says, another question I have is, I see you got some new nice shoes. So Annalisa says that Mark comes home with some brand new shoes on, shoes that he did not leave the house with.
Question to you is, I know that you got some nice shoes. Mark comes home with brand new shoes on that he didn't leave the house with. Betty, do you think they sell tennis shoes at the hospital?
Hell no, I ain't never seen no shoes being sold at the hospital.
Annalisa says, how long did they keep you at the hospital today? Mark says, quit worrying about how long I'm doing what. Why is his bags not packed is what I want to understand. How is Mark's bags not packed? Annalisa says that she is just asking a question, trying to have a conversation. Veda says, hey, we don't even need to go there. Annalisa says to Veda, if I can't ask questions and he keeps getting smart like that, she says she's just trying to figure out where he's going to stay. Mark says, this ain't the crib for me. You guys didn't even clean up the room for me or nothing. It feels weird. Mark goes on to say that there's dog crap in the room. Annalisa says, where? Show me where it is. Mark says to us, the room was a effing mess.
Let's go see it, because I want to see the dog that you said that you see was underneath your bed.
Okay, go see.
Is it still under there?
I'm not. I don't know. I ain't been in here.
You just said that you seen dogs under the bed.
Go look at it. It's under the bed.
Okay. Better come here. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I get it.
Hey, I told him it's under the bed.
Yeah, the room's a mess. I hope you don't put that on TV.
Mark deserves to sleep in a bed of dog crap, to be quite honest with you. So, I honestly don't feel that bad. Annalisa apologizes to Mark and says, I apologize about that because I didn't know. And then Mark says, but it just shows how much you put into the room. You lucky you have a room. Even with dog crap under the bed, you lucky you have a room to sleep in. There's people out here literally sleeping outside the courthouse. Literally sleeping outside the courthouse while you in here with a room. You should be grateful. Annalisa says, okay, well, you should be thankful. Annalisa says, okay, well, you should be thankful for whatever you get, actually. And then Mark said, there we go with this ish. So Mark is throwing out psychological diagnosis. What college did you go to, bro? Anyway, you're not my bro. Anyway, he says that Annalisa is probably a sociopath. It's just she's crazy. So Mark, what are you? Because you're coming off insane yourself. Mark says Annalisa be doing too much and he doesn't have time for people doing too much. And then this situation happens. It's hard to recap this part, so I'm just going to play it for y'all. And obviously, in order to not get any copyright strikes or any blocks on my page, on my YouTube page, I'm going to have to edit the way it sounds and edit the picture a little bit. But I will make sure that you guys at least have the closed caption still on so that you can read what the hell they're saying, okay? So this is what happens right after he says, I don't have time for people doing too much.
Check this out.
Listen,
you don't even have to.
You're always talking.
How
about you listen for
You don't even have
You're
to.
always talking.
You know what?
That's the problem.
Because I'm going to talk because it's my house.
Okay.
Then on top of that, you don't even have to stay here.
You keep
You don't have to stay here. Guess what? Are you going to stay here or not?
Are you going to listen to someone else besides your own selfish opinion?
It's your choice. You don't have to stay here.
I am so glad I played that clip for y'all because trying to recap that would have been a lot. Mark is being the most disrespectful piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. His face is bothering me. His voice is bothering me. The way he talks to Annalisa bothers me. You know what else bothers me? Veda just puts up with it like he's literally disrespecting your wife. He's disrespecting you in your face, and you just keep giving him your ass to kiss, and I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. And I will tell you this, I will be very glad when I'm able to take my little cartoon, little Tracie, and make her mouth mad and sad. I ain't got to that point yet. I'm just learning the program, okay? So sorry. One day. So Veda's like, enough, he's not going anywhere, and he's basically standing over Annalisa. Annalisa tells Veda, you're not in charge of this, and why are you standing over me like this? So they're both arguing in front of this man that they took in temporarily, and he's loving it. He's loving the fact that they're arguing. Veda says he just doesn't want to hear the arguing, and Annalisa's like, are you going to talk to him about how he talks to me? Veda's like, yeah, but I'm not doing that in front of you. Men don't talk like that. Veda says he hates what's going on right now. He hates the animosity, two negatives going up against each other. So Annalisa's like, you're just loving this to Mark. And he's literally sitting there laughing in her face. Veda asks Annalisa if she could leave the room so that he can talk to Mark. But when he talks to Mark, he's not talking to Mark about his mouth and about the fact that he needs to get his act together. Oh no. Oh no. Now I know you effing lying, Veda, telling Mark that he's doing everything that he is supposed to do. In what country? In what language? And on what show? Because it's not this one. Anyway, Veda says all he needs when Mark comes home is for him and Annalisa to get along. I'm really sorry. I'm distracted. Why all y'all got dirty dishes piled up in y'all sink? I have never in all of my life, I will not say how many years I've been alive. A lot of you already know because I don't hide it on my channel, but I also don't announce the crap. You know what I'm saying? What is up with all these dishes in the sink? Do y'all see this? Why do y'all not have a dishwasher? And if you have a human dishwasher, why are they not washing dishes regularly? Because what the hell is this crap? Anyway, after his little pep talk of he wants everybody to, I just want everybody to get along, Veda is like, come on, man, let me just give you a hug. That was so corny. That was so incredibly corny. And Mark's like, nah, man, I'm good. And he's like, well, give me a handshake. And he gives him a handshake. I'm just like, you know what? This show would be over for me because he wouldn't be in my house more than maybe one episode. I'm so sorry. That night that them girls came and when he wanted to stay out all night with them, he would have stayed with them permanently. I would have got on the phone and called the probation officer and told him straight up, this man is not coming back to my house. Okay, little Tracie will be back with you momentarily. I really missed a couple of clips and I'm just going to do it this way. And if you like when I do the recaps without little Tracie, without sometimes me being on camera, you just want a voiceover this way, put it in the comment section. I can mix it up or we can just keep it one type of format. I don't think little Tracie would be predominantly doing videos because I don't mind being on camera sometimes. But when I need a freaking break from the camera, she's going to take over. And I hope y'all are all right with it. Anyway, we're here with Daniel. I always get Daniel mixed up with Deven, but I got it. We're here with Deven, Daniel, and Kathy. And it's breakfast time. And this is where Daniel goes over his rules. And some of his rules are, of course, no substances. I got to probably use a different word. I noticed when I used that word in my last video, it cut the views by like 1,000. So I don't know if I'm even going to be able to use the word that the substances, which I'll use for the last time in this video. If it cuts my views, I know that it's that word. But anyway, there's a couple of rules that he has, like no guests, no overnight guests, and no using. And if you use, you got to go. And Kathy, I don't know what planet you live on that you think somebody can get their life together with drug abuse, which I'm going to have to edit that word, with drug usage and addiction, and you think that person is going to get it together in 90 days, enough to have a steady job and be able to move out. Ma'am, we're not living in the 1970s. Okay, we're not living in the 1960s where you can get an apartment for $300 a month, lady. I don't know who the hell you think is going to get all of that. Not even someone who doesn't have a using problem would be able to do that in 3 months. You got to be freaking kidding me.
So David thought it would be a good idea for them to get out of the house and go canoeing. So now they're in the car and they're riding around, and David is riding through these neighborhoods and he's saying, that's where I used to sell you know what. It's surreal to be riding down these streets where he used to consume those things said that he got arrested for selling certain illicit substances to an undercover cop. He says that he was sentenced to 158 months, but they allowed him to go to treatment. Aaron says he relapsed a few years later, and Aaron says they sent him back to prison for it. Aaron says that he got out on an early release program, a boot camp type program. He got out and had a technical violation, so he had to end up going back to prison to finish the rest of his sentence. And this is him out of jail or out of prison, finishing up that sentence. So this is nice. They're actually got their life vest on and they're in the canoe and they're canoeing around, canoodling, whatever you call it. So they're canoeing and David says, "Did I ever tell you how I got into this thing?"
Like in Minneapolis, everybody thinks of themselves as not being racist, but I was incredibly racist.
Oh, Aaron says, "You were racist." And David says, "I was racist in the way a lot of liberal people are racist, in that they're all for black people as long as those black people are not in the same space." Aaron says it definitely took him back a peg.
It definitely took me back a peg. Because he said he was racist, but not racist. He was racist like any other liberal. And I was like, my parents are liberal. What do you mean? I'm liberal. What do you mean?
David said that he got involved in something because he wanted to do something about his own liberation. And Aaron says, "So it wasn't the white guilt or anything like that, was it?" And David says no. Aaron says he knows that there's situations where people will feel the white guilt and want to help this
victim Negro.
And Aaron says, "I just want to make sure that wasn't the case." He really hopes that David is bringing him in for the right reasons and not
adopt a Negro.
So Aaron asks David, "Does your family know that you've taken in somebody like me?" David says they do, and they're cool with it. David says, as someone who grew up in an anti-racist family, when it came to real life, everyone around him, including himself, he realized they were actually operating in ways that you would call racist. David says no, he has done a lot of unlearning. And he says he still has a lot of stuff to learn. And Aaron says it's crazy how far he's come. How do you go from being a racist to now having a black man living in your house? Aaron says that's progress. Is he still a little? He says he doesn't know. Hopefully there's no white sheets hanging in his room. Aaron says this has been a very informative conversation. So we're back with Cindy and Jennifer, and Cindy saying how she's excited to be cooking for somebody else. I would not eat nothing out of that dirty ass house. Okay? I would not eat anything from your dirty ass hands, and I would not be eating out that dirty ass house. And I would be definitely, if I was Jennifer, I would have made sure that kitchen is clean from top to bottom before you put any food in any pan for me to eat. Okay, I don't know why we're just ignoring that. I guess y'all figured that the heat from the fire will burn the germs. I don't know. But it wouldn't be me. Cindy, you doing too much. This is only day 2 that Jennifer is out of prison. And girl, you just really trying to have a bad relationship with her from jump. So while she's making breakfast, she takes out this list of rules, basic rules that she's giving Jennifer while she's staying in her house. She gives Jennifer a curfew of 9 o'clock. A woman who had her own house. Now, I'm not sure if she has a curfew with the probation officer or whatever, but really? I mean, I kind of understand you want to have some rules. I don't have a problem with you having rules. Obviously, you got to have some kind of guidelines. But I don't really know. I really don't know what I would do in the situation, because your girl would never be in the situation. I would not be having people straight out of jail in my house. So do whatever you want. So Cindy says no overnight men for the first 6 months, and she would appreciate that. And Jennifer agrees to that. God, oh my God. I do not like, y'all.
Cindy is annoying. I can tell you she's very annoying. She says, if you're going to the store, ask me if I need anything. Y'all, this woman really thinks she has a freaking slave living in her house. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised, lady, if back in the day you definitely would have been owning some slaves because... So Cindy asks Jennifer, what do you think about the rules so far? And Jennifer says that she thinks there's always wiggle room. Jennifer says the last time before she got arrested, she had her own place. She's an adult. She's used to making her own rules. So Jennifer says she's had her own house, so these rules are hard to accept. And then Cindy says, what do you mean by wiggle room? Jennifer says that being back by 9 o'clock thing, like... And then Cindy says, well, that could be to keep you out of trouble as well. Cindy, do you realize that she can leave the house at 6 in the morning and get the substance that she usually gets? She could leave the house at 6 in the morning. She could leave the house at 12 noon. She could leave the house at 4 p.m. If someone wants to use, they will. It does not matter if you're like, be back by 9 o'clock, and she'll be back by 9 o'clock. And if she chose to, she would have used before 9 o'clock. I understand where you're coming from, but I don't know how successful you're going to be at it. Cindy says that she doesn't think that Jennifer has the right to ask for wiggle room. Cindy says that Jennifer has to understand that she just got out of prison. She says that Jennifer needs to calm down a little bit. I think you need to calm down a lot, lady. You're doing the most. You're doing a little much. Okay, this bitch is crazy. Cindy says, if you want to stay out past 9, how do you feel about taking me with you? This bitch is crazy. Cindy, do you guys have to get any type of psychological help before you taking inmates into your apartment or house? I just want to know. I'm curious. Because if they don't do that, they need to. Because there's something seriously wrong with you. Why would somebody want somebody else like you? You seem very annoying. Why would I want to take your annoying self with me everywhere I go? Just because I stay out after 9. Maybe I should go with you. Or maybe you can mind your business and let her be a grown woman and make her own decisions. Maybe you can do that. So Jennifer says, I don't know how I feel about that. We're roommates. I need my space. And Cindy says, well, you got your room. I swear something is really wrong with Cindy mentally. I just don't. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychotherapist, but something is really wrong with this lady. Jennifer says that she feels that the good relationship that her and Cindy built over the phone is slipping away. Cindy says, I guess if you don't want to go with a curfew, we have to think of something else. Oh, that's what she was saying. Let me say that again. She says if she doesn't want to go with the curfew, maybe she's going to have to find another place to live. I don't know why she said it so weird, but that's what she was meaning. Jennifer says, it's crazy. Cindy really wants to micromanage her life. That's because Cindy doesn't have a life of her own. She ain't got no man. She ain't got no cleanliness, that's for sure. So, sorry, girl. I just predict that you will be moving out of there early because nobody's putting up with that. That's ridiculous. And Jennifer says she's trying to micromanage her, and if she pushes back, she can just kick her out. So Jennifer says to Cindy, I think I need to go take a break. Go outside and smoke. Jennifer said that Cindy pulled these things out of her butthole because they never talked about this when she was in prison. Okay, that first part, she didn't say it. But you know what? That's exactly the sentiments of what she said. They didn't discuss any of this while she was in prison. Now Cindy's bringing all these rules, this and that now. Jennifer said that Cindy made it seem pretty simple on the phone when she was talking to her throughout the last few months. Cindy says that she thinks it's unreasonable for Jennifer to be acting like this, but she doesn't see herself as unreasonable because, to be quite honest, I feel she's being a little unreasonable. Let that lady have a little freedom. I'm not saying let her run the streets and be out there till 12 midnight. Okay, damn. Even Veda and Annalisa gave that guy 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is, I feel, is a good time. Cindy says hopefully Jennifer can accept the rules. If not, she gots to go. So Cindy comes out, calls Jennifer for breakfast, and Jennifer says, I had to take this little break outside because she doesn't think that Cindy understands that she's trying to control her. Jennifer says to Cindy that I just needed a moment to cool off. Jennifer says that I want to have your support and for me to have my freedom to be able to. Cindy says, and completes her thought, come and go as you please, which she should be able to come and go as she pleases. She's supposed to be a roommate, not your mother freaking, I don't know, slave, because you really want a slave to be in the house, cleaning, doing all this stuff, and you don't want her to have any freedom. So what you call that? Sound like a slave to me. Cindy says that I don't want to live your life for you. I just don't want you to go back to your same ways. Cindy says that's what she's more worried about than anything. Jennifer says, I just need you to support me. And Cindy completes her sentence again, stand back on the sidelines. And Jennifer says, yes, a little bit. So Cindy says, why don't you prove to me that you're not going to go back to your old ways? And the more you do that, the more I'll let go. And Jennifer responds to that with right. And so Cindy asks Jennifer if that makes sense. And Jennifer says yes. Cindy says, it's not like I'm controlling. It's just that I care. Girl, you're controlling. But anyway. So Jennifer says, I kind of get that mom, like you're my mom vibe from you. Jennifer says she has a mom and she's dealing with that relationship and she doesn't need another one. Cindy says, I think your mom cares about you. And Cindy says, how would you treat your boys if you knew they were doing drugs? So Jennifer kind of cracks up and starts to cry a little bit and says that she would be disappointed in her kids. So Jennifer is really putting herself in her mom's place. And she's saying that if her kids were on drugs, she would feel like she did something wrong as a parent. And Cindy says, we don't want to go there. And Jennifer says, no. Jennifer says that she's starting to feel smothered like some pork chops and gravy, and she's not liking it. I can tell you it's not going to work out, girl. And it's really sad because you seem like you really could have a good chance of surviving. And I just hate that she's over here crying, and it's sad. I wish there was anybody else that Jennifer could stay with because I really do not like Cindy. That lady is nuts. At 10:30 p.m., Daniel and Kathy sent a video message to production. They both say they have not seen Deven since breakfast. Lord have mercy. Deven, I was pushing for you. Listen, in the video, they let production know that Deven has been arrested. Deven, you ain't been there 48 hours. You ain't been the handsome young man, but you're throwing your life away. You're throwing your freaking life away. You're never going to see Kyla again. In fact, you don't need to see Kyla. Okay, I ain't going to say what she is. Deven, what the hell happened? You just got there. Oh, Lord have mercy. Daniel said that the cops found needles and some powder in his car. Daniel tells the producers they better get down there, and that ends the show. That is the end of episode number 4. So I'm caught up on Teen Mom. I'll be caught up on this show. We will be doing Degrassi on here. And I will do some true crimes Degrassi. I saw the poll. I saw what y'all said. So I'm doing both. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.